Hello fellow nerds! For today's video I thought we could have a look at some Dungeons and Dragons spells. Now I got this back in the day when we could still meet in someone's living room and play Dungeons and Dragons with everyone there in person and not virtually. Feels like that was ages ago, even though it's been 9 months. Anyway. One day everybody will be sitting in my living room again. And then these cards will come in handy, I think. On the other hand, I'm really into cards. I think I've said this before. Give me something in card form and I will buy it. So, let's have a look. That's a lot of cards, people. Let's just grab a random stack. Let's see what we have here. They are laminated, that's nice. Especially when you have a group full of snackish friends who like to eat while playing, which is totally fine. But then they touch my stuff with their sticky hands, or I myself touch my stuff with my sticky hands. So, laminating this is a very good idea. I should probably turn these around so you can see that, right? Now, the Arcane Spellbook Cards contain cards for wizards, sorcerers, and warlocks. The paladin, druid, and ranger and cleric have their own spell card packs, which I didn't get for myself, but one of my players, the one that started out as a druid, got the druid cards for her birthday. Then she switched classes to ranger, and she got the ranger cards for her birthday in the following year. So let's just have a look at these cards. The first one I got here is Aura of Life, and this is one of the Arcane Warlock cards. It has a casting time of 1 action. The range is it's cast on oneself. It has a verbal component and it lasts up to 10 minutes and it's a concentration spell. And this is a 4th level abjuration. There you go. Aura of Life. You can't read that, it's way too small. So you just have to trust me, as you should trust your DM. Now what does it say? Life-preserving energy radiates from you in an aura with a 30-foot radius. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with you, centered on you. Each non-hostile creature in the aura, including you, has resistance to necrotic damage, and its hit point maximum can't be reduced. In addition, a non-hostile living creature regains 1 hit point when it starts its turn in the aura with 0 hit points. That's useful. The next one is also a 4th level spell, but this time it's an enchantment. This is Compulsion. The casting time is 1 action. It has a range of 30 feet. It's also a concentration spell. It lasts up to 1 minute. Creatures of your choice that you can see within range and that can hear you must make a wisdom saving throw. A target automatically succeeds on this saving throw if it can't be charmed. On a failed save, a target is affected by this spell. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your turns to designate a direction that is horizontal to you. Each affected target must use as much of its movement as possible to move in that direction on its next turn. It can't take its action before it moves. After moving in this way, it can make another wisdom saving throw to try to end the effect. A target isn't compelled to move into an obviously deadly hazard, such as a fire or pit, but it will provoke opportunity attacks to move in the designated direction. Now, if you go about this clever, and you have a fighter in your party, this could be very useful with the attack of opportunities. Attacks of opportunity. Oh, that's a nice one. Wall of Fire. A 4th level evocation. It has a range of 120 feet. It's also a concentration spell. A material is needed. A small piece of phosphorus. I have to admit that I aren't very strict about material components, mainly because my players haven't had that many opportunities to go shopping, and I think it's unfair if they can't use their spells just because the setting is empty with regard to shops. So I tend to not care that much about this. Maybe I'll draw the line at reviving someone without a diamond. I have to think about this now that I have a full spellcaster in my campaign. The Gnome Sorceress. Okay, back to the Wall of Fire. You create a wall of fire on a solid surface within range. You can make the wall up to 60 feet long, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick. Or a ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick. The wall is opaque and lasts for the duration, which is up to 1 minute, by the way. When the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a dexterity saving throw. On a fail save, a creature takes 5d8 fire damage or half as much damage on a successful save. At higher levels, When you cast this spell using a spell slot of 5th level or higher, the damage increases by 1d8 for each slot level above 4th. These cards feel really nice, considered they're laminated. They don't feel cheap, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. Oh, this is a good one. This is Polymorph. 4th level transmutation. Casting time of 1 action, 60 feet range. It's a concentration spell and it lasts up to 1 hour. And you need a caterpillar cocoon for this, which you could find in nature. Maybe I'll have to rethink my stance on material components. This spell transforms a creature that you can see within range into a new form. An unwilling creature must make a wisdom saving throw to avoid the effect. A shape changer automatically succeeds on the saving throw. The transformation lasts for the duration or until the target drops to 0 hit points or dies. The new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's, or the target's level if it doesn't have a challenge rating. The target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast. It retains its alignment and personality. So, if you transform someone into a moth, you turn stupid, right? Oh, this is a named spell. Named after a famous mage. Mordenkainen's private sanctum. Casting time is 10 minutes. It has a range of 120 feet and a 24-hour duration. Material: a thin sheet of lead, a piece of opaque glass, a wad of cotton or cloth, and powdered chrysolite. I suppose that's some sort of mineral. Now, first D&D makes me brush up my math skills, and now they want me to know about geology. The audacity. You make an area within range magically secure. The area is a cube that can be as small as 5 feet to as large as 100 feet on each side. The spell lasts for the duration or until you use an action to dismiss it. When you cast the spell, you decide what sort of security the spell provides. At higher levels, when you cast this spell using a spell slot of 5th level or higher, you can increase the size of the cube by 100 feet for each slot level beyond 4th. Thus, you could protect a cube that can be up to 200 feet on one side by using a spell slot of 5th level. Oh look, it's another named spell. And again it's Mordenkainen. This time it's Mordenkainen's faithful hound. Casting time is 1 action, range at 30 feet, and it has a duration of 8 hours. Material: a tiny silver whistle, a piece of bone, and a thread. You conjure a phantom watchdog in an unoccupied space that you can see within range, where it remains for the duration until you dismiss it as an action or until you move more than 100 feet away from it. The hound is invisible to all creatures except you and can't be harmed. When a small or large creature comes within 30 feet of it, without first speaking the password that you specify when you cast the spell, the hound starts barking loudly. The hound sees invisible creatures and can see into the ethereal plane. It ignores illusions. At the start of each of your turns, the hound attempts to bite one creature within 5 feet of it that is hostile to you. The hound's attack bonus is equal to your spellcasting ability modifier plus your proficiency bonus. On a hit, it deals 48 piercing damage. Well, that's nice. You know what? Let's move to a different stack. This one says Sorcerer on it. Okay, this is a wizard spell. Apparently these cards are not sorted. This is Raise Dead. Casting time is 1 hour, touch range, and the duration is instantaneous. Material, a diamond worth at least 500 gold pieces, which the spell consumes. Oh, and it's a 5th level necromancy spell. You return a dead creature you touch to life, provided that it has been dead no longer than 10 days. If the creature's soul is both willing and at liberty to rejoin the body, the creature returns to life with 1 hit point. This spell also neutralizes any poisons and cures non-magical diseases that affected the creature at the time it died. This spell doesn't, however, remove magical diseases, curses, or similar effects. If these aren't first removed prior to casting the spell, they take effect when the creature returns to life. The spell can't return an undead creature to life. The spell closes all mortal wounds, but it doesn't restore missing body parts. If the creature is lacking body parts or organs integral for its survival, its head for instance, the spell automatically fails. See, this is one of those spells where I would insist on the material component, because I don't want my players to go around raising dead people. There has to be something at stake. Player characters need to be able to properly die. I mean, I hope they don't, but you know what I mean. Modify Memory, 5th level enchantment. Casting time of 1 action with a range of 30 feet. It's a concentration spell that lasts up to 1 minute. You attempt to reshape another creature's memories. One creature that you can see must make a wisdom saving throw. If you are fighting the creature, it has advantage on the saving throw. That makes sense. On a failed save, the target becomes charmed by you for the duration. The charmed target is incapacitated and unaware of its surroundings, though it can still hear you. If it takes any damage or is targeted by another spell, this spell ends, and none of the target's memories are modified. While this charm lasts, you can affect the target's memory of an event that it experienced within the last 24 hours, and that lasted no more than 10 minutes. If you cast this spell using a spell slot of 6th level or higher, you can alter the target's memory of an event that took place up to 7 days ago. 6th level, 30 days ago. 7th level, 1 year ago. 8th level, or any time in the creature's past. 9th level. Oh, I've never heard of this one. Legend Lore. It's a 5th level divination spell with 10 minutes casting time, and it's instantaneous. Material: incense worth at least 250 gold pieces, which the spell consumes, and 4 ivory strips worth at least 50 gold pieces each. Name or describe a person, place, or object. The spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you named. The lore might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore that has never been widely known. If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information. The more information you already have about the thing, the more precise and detailed the information you receive is. The information you learn is accurate, but might be couched in figurative language. For example, if you have a mysterious magic axe on hand, the spell might yield this information. Woe to the evildoer whose hand touches the axe, for even the haft slices the hand of the evil ones. Only a true child of stone, lover and beloved of Moradin, may awaken the true powers of the axe, and only with the sacred word Rudnok on the lips. This is the kind of spell that terrifies me as a dungeon master, because it requires so much knowledge for me to have, or a knack for improv, and I tend to be taken off guard by super detailed lore question. This spell is called Dream. It's a 5th level illusion. It has a casting time of 1 minute. Range says special, whatever that means. And it has a duration of 8 hours. Material components: a handful of sand, a dab of ink, and a writing quill plucked from a sleeping bird. Now that's very specific. The spell shapes a creature's dreams. Choose a creature known to you as the target of this spell. The target must be on the same plane of existence as you. Creatures that don't sleep, such as elves, can't be contacted by this spell. You, or a willing creature you touch, enters a trance state, acting as a messenger. While in the trance, the messenger is aware of his or her surroundings, but can't take actions or move. If the target is asleep, the messenger appears in the target's dreams and can converse with the target as long as it remains asleep, through the duration of the spell. And if the target is not asleep, you just wasted a 5th level spell slot. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's move on to another stack. What do we have here? Dimension Door. 4th level Conjuration. Casting time is 1 action with a range of 500 feet, and it's instantaneous. You teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot within range. you arrive at exactly the spot desired. It can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or one you can describe by stating distance and direction, such as 200 feet straight downward or upward to the northwest of a 45-degree angle 300 feet. You can bring along objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed what you can carry. You can also bring one willing creature of your size or smaller who is carrying gear up to its carrying capacity. The creature must be within 5 feet of you when you cast this spell. If you would arrive in a place already occupied by an object or creature, you and any creature traveling with you each take 4d6 force damage, and the spell fails to teleport you. So just go with the place that you can see, just to be safe. I think we have time for one last spell. What's this? Arcane Eye, 4th level divination. It's a concentration spell that lasts up to 1 hour. Material, a bit of bat fur. Do bats have fur? You never stop learning. You create an invisible magical eye within range that hovers in the air for the duration. You mentally receive visual information from the eye, which has normal vision and dark vision out to 30 feet. The eye can look into every direction. That's a terrifying mental image. A floating eye. As an action, you can move the eye up to 30 feet in any direction. There is no limit to how far away from you the eye can move, but it can't enter another plane of existence. A solid barrier blocks the eye's movement, but the eye can pass through an opening as small as 1 inch in diameter. Okay. Let's put these back. Oh, that's very loud, isn't it? Sorry. Let's leave it at this then. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like this, I could read more spells to you. Or maybe specific spells. Maybe specific to a class. Wizard, Warlock, or Sorcerer. Or maybe specific spells from a certain school of magic. Divination, evocation, enchantments. Or maybe I just pick some random cards and we'll see what we get. Anyway, thank you very much for spending your time with me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you the next time. Bye bye, fellow nerds.